Good morning again. My name is Filipe Costa. I'm the CEO of the host today at ZILS Global Parks, the government state-owned enterprise that manages the industrial and logistical parks in this area. I would highlight that we are providing services of business location. We have an online tool that gathers information from the different municipalities on land availability, plots of lands, locations at industrial parks and science and technology parks, all sorts of locations for industry and logistics, and soon to come also office space for services and all other economic activities. And this is a tool that the investor can insert its criteria, what the needs are, and the tool will help find an optimal location. Our objective with this is to make sure that we always provide the optimal location to any potential investor. This will not only have that advantage in itself of offering the best location, but also will make us more competitive, because it means that we'll be offering the best location possible in Portugal, hence optimizing our capability of competing with other countries for the same foreign investment. We also directly manage some of the industrial parks that are government owned in the southern half of the country. And today, obviously, we're going to focus on the one here in Sines that is contiguous to the harbor. We've talked about the connections and the international connections of the harbor of Sines. You have here a quick rundown of what we have right now. Duarte already spoke to you about the railroads we are waiting for to connect us more efficiently to the interland. And you see here also, for example, in terms of strategic infrastructures, you can see the pipeline coming from Algeria. And you can also know, I think Duarte has mentioned that before, that, for example, 50% of the liquefied natural gas that Portugal currently imports is through the harbor of Sines, through the LNG terminal we have here. The industrial and logistical zone, you can see this is the harbor area. This is the site of the expansion of the container terminal. This is where the new container terminal will be. And we focus a lot on energy production. The industrial and logistical zone is mainly composed of a big refineries, so produces a lot of fuel. There's big petrochemical and chemical plants from Repsol and others, so a lot of chemicals production, petrochemical mostly, and a large electricity production. We also focus a lot on logistics, and we have this area that is our area to be developed for logistical purposes, because as you just heard in the harbor presentation, the handling capacity of the harbor is going to grow from the current 2.1 million TEUs to 7.5 once the expansion is completed and the new terminal is built. Our business model is surface rights, also known in some countries as land use rights. So we lease the land to investors. We have different ways of managing this. We can offer standard plots, adjusted plots, combining plots. We can make tailor-made plots, obviously for the big energy projects. Usually it's tailor-made. We offer an array of services. We can dilute investment costs by providing for infrastructures. This is the kind of activity we develop here. The bigger the project, the lower the price per square feet or per square meter. And obviously we work very closely with the Portuguese Trade and Investment Agency, of which we are a subsidiary, on providing the best solutions of incentives and grants to investment in an area, the region of Alentejo, who is one of the most eligible, because it's below the the averages that are used to calculate whether a region is eligible or not. I would say that it's as eligible as possible, not being an outermost region of the European Union. As I said, we are focusing a lot on logistics. We have a 30-hectare logistic area inside the port, and we have an additional almost 270 hectares that we can develop for logistical use. We focus a lot on the development of the park as a petrochemical park. We are a park for oil and gas and electricity production, and we focus a lot on developing the chain of adding value. We are expecting some of our petrochemical clients to develop finer and more final products based on their current productions, thus adding really not a lot of quantity to the volumes that they handle, but adding a lot of value to what is produced here in this industrial park. As for strategic infrastructures, and because we've already heard from the port, I would like to highlight our concentration of energy strategic infrastructures. We have Rennes LNG terminal at Sines Harbor that handles 50% of the national LNG imports, and also ensures that we have a national strategic reserve with 390,000 cubic meters of storage in 3 drums, 2 120 cubic meter drums and 150 cubic meter drum, that is connected by an 86 kilometer long pipeline to Setúbal in the southernmost tip of the Lisbon metro area, where it then connects to the natural gas grid. We have Seagas storage cavern for propane gas at Sines Harbor that stores up to 80,000 cubic meters, and I believe it's used by Galp, Repsol, BP. We have the classified as a strategic asset. We have the pipeline racks connecting the industrial zone to Sines Harbor, that is jointly managed by Galp, Repsol, Euroresinas, and ourselves. We have Petrogal, or hence part of Galp's group refinery, that outputs 3/4 of the fuel produced in Portugal and is connected by a 147 kilometer long pipeline from CLC, the fuel logistics company, which is a consortium by Galp, Repsol, BP and others, that connects from Sines Harbor to Aveiras, the distribution center north of Lisbon. We have EDP's coal-fired thermoelectrical power plant that supplies somewhere between 18 and 22% of the electricity needs of Portugal, that we believe in the future, or believe/hope, it will be replaced by a LNG-powered electricity plant. And this also plays a big role in the Portuguese economy. I can tell you that if you look at the harmonized, and this is more for the Economic and Commercial Affairs Councils and representatives, if you look at the harmonized system, Code 27, mineral fuels, mineral oils, etc., which is to say HS 27, aka coal, oil, gas. In 2016, Portugal imported 7 billion worth and exported $3.5 billion worth. In 2017, this went up to 9 billion worth of imports and 4.5 billion worth of exports. So we basically re-export about half in value of the coal, oil and gas that we import. Obviously we don't re-export coal, but we export a lot of fuel to Europe, to the United States, and we hope in the future that we can also be an importer and resporter and importer, transformer and exporter of liquefied natural gas. Thank you very much.
ZILS é a nova morada do seu negócio. Em Sines, uma excelente localização estratégica no cruzamento das principais rotas marítimas internacionais. A ZILS, Zona Industrial e Logística de Sines, Porta Atlântica da Europa, oferece uma localização com infraestruturas e serviços de apoio diversificados e abrangentes, satisfazendo as necessidades de qualquer atividade empresarial. Gerida pela ICEP Global Parques, garante a eficiência e qualidade essenciais ao seu negócio. Com uma área de quase 2.400 hectares, a ZILS associa a disponibilidade de infraestruturas a uma oferta ímpar de serviços e recursos. O centro logístico intermodal é servido por um porto de águas profundas e por um sistema rodoferroviário de grande capacidade e integrado num dos principais eixos multimodais da rede transeuropeia de transportes. Isso torna-nos uma referência a nível ibérico e de acesso à Europa, assim como uma plataforma de entrada nos países africanos da expressão portuguesa e lusófonos. Integrada na ZILS, encontra também a Zona de Atividades Logísticas, uma plataforma logística que compreende duas áreas diferenciadas. ZILS é sinergias. Num ambiente favorável ao negócio, acolhemos atualmente algumas das mais prestigiadas empresas nacionais e internacionais. Quando a sua empresa escolher a ZILS como localização estratégica, irá beneficiar de sinergias de qualidade para o desenvolvimento do seu projeto. ZILS é facilitadora. O Centro de Negócios localiza-se no centro da Zona Industrial e Logística de Sines, complementando a oferta global do parque com a disponibilização de escritórios, salas de reunião e de conferência a clientes instalados e em processo de instalação e a empresas de serviços. Seja qual for a dimensão do seu projeto e a fase de implementação em que se encontre, na ZILS, a sua empresa terá toda a ajuda e atenção para o seu desenvolvimento. Aqui poderá usufruir de incentivos e apoios nacionais e internacionais que vão ao encontro das suas necessidades de expansão e desenvolvimento. ZILS é qualificação e excelência. À tradição industrial da ZILS junta-se a capacidade de atrair excelentes profissionais, recursos humanos qualificados e competitivos que fazem a diferença nos investimentos da sua empresa. As escolas técnicas e centros de formação garantem o elevado nível de profissionalismo técnico e humano e adequam a sua oferta formativa às reais necessidades das empresas. Mais de 3.600 pessoas colaboram diretamente nas diversas empresas da ZILS, contribuindo para o desenvolvimento económico nacional. Estamos ao seu dispor para planear e construir consigo o seu projeto. Aqui pode imaginar o presente e o futuro da sua empresa. ZILS é responsabilidade social e consciência ambiental. A excelência que proporcionamos ao seu negócio está marcada ainda pela nossa atuação num amplo quadro de responsabilidade social e ambiental. O nosso conceito de responsabilidade social assenta num modelo de equilíbrio social e desenvolvimento sustentado que reverte em benefício do território onde o parque se encontra. Para implementar este conceito, a ZILS tem um sistema de monitorização da qualidade do ambiente executado por laboratórios independentes em articulação com entidades supervisoras nacionais. Assumimos como nossas as preocupações ambientais inerentes às atividades das diversas empresas e trabalhamos para uma região sustentável e saudável, tanto económica como socialmente. ZILS é qualidade de vida para si e para o seu negócio. Com uma oferta de soluções à medida para o seu projeto empresarial, numa região abrangida por incentivos ao investimento, escolher Sines como morada é uma aposta segura. Na região de Sines, encontra uma vasta oferta hoteleira e de lazer de que poderá usufruir junto dos seus clientes ou da sua família. A ZILS Zona Industrial e Logística de Sines proporciona à sua empresa grandes oportunidades. Na ZILS, ganha uma região como parceira e um mundo inteiro como destino. ZILS é a nova morada do seu negócio.